What's happening, everyone? Nilly Joey back again with another instalment of my Dead Space 3 hardcore guide. Now this video begins at the bench just before the Nexus, and I've already been to the suit kiosk to upgrade my suit. One of the things I did do was to upgrade my oxygen to its full capacity, because sometimes you can find the next section takes a bit longer than you might want it to, and you're better off to have your your oxygen done up to its full capacity. One of the other things I did do as well was I traded my javelin gun back to my plasma cutter rivet gun combo. I did this because the next section I find you don't need to have two, it's probably not beneficial for you to have two slow firing but powerful weapons that have very little ammo in them. You're best to trade one of them off and use, say, something like I've done the plasma cutter, or you can use the military engine or kind of any other fast firing weapon. The main reason for that is because not only do you have the feeders to deal with, you've got to take shots at the Nexus's open infected part, which is a hard thing to do because it's moving about so much, and you need to get as many shots off as you can. You don't want to be wasting too much time and try to take the shots with, say, a javelin gun or a seeker rifle or any other such weapon. So I've decided to keep my line gun force gun combo, which comes in handy for the feeders. So the other thing I do is just maybe put back some life, and you'll gain a lot of ammunition at this part as well from the feeders. So once I've done just a basic check of all my resources and stuff, leave the bench and we're on to the Nexus now. So, like I said before, there's no point in having two power weapons, so I'm using my plasma cutter rivet gun combo to take out the feeder pods. You're better off to take the feeder pods out before the feeders actually come out of them, because then you have to deal with the feeders themselves, and it's harder to target the feeder's head than it is to take the pod out. It only takes one shot to take the pod out. So just concentrate fire on the infected parts. And again, this is where my line gun force gun combo comes in handy. Now, my line gun force gun has the electricity coating. The plasma cutter rivet gun combo has the acid bath on it. And it's really good to have like a coating on your gun, because it adds a tiny bit more damage to the output of your weapon, you know, and it stays on the enemy. The coating actually coats the enemy, so it drags the damage on for them. So again, take out the feeder pods, concentrate fire on the infected part of the Nexus. That's where the rivet gun comes in handy, just a barrage of rivets. So we're off now down the Nexus's throat and into its stomach. Now I'll apologise in advance because I had to pause the menu here and mess about with the sound. I filmed these videos quite late at night or early in the morning, it just depends whatever way you look at, and I was trying to get the sound so that I wasn't annoying anybody, but so I could still hear what was happening, so I do apologise in advance. But yep, back onto the weapon parts now. I've done... If you can do this a lot easier than I'm doing it just now, if you have, say, the explosive canister on your line gun, or you have, say, the javelin gun with the explosive module on it as well, you can take out the 3 infected glands at the same time. It's kind of like the same way you take out the crustacean necromorph's glands when they come out of its mouth, or even say its tentacles. You can take the 3 of them out in one go if you have, say, line gun with an explosive module, or the javelin gun with the explosive module. You just fire the dart or the bolt into the middle of the whatever they are and press the secondary fire, and it will do the rest. Like I said before in another part, in another video, I've just been used to doing this so long, and I like the plasma cutter, and it doesn't usually take as long as this. Kind of halfway through the videos that I did for this, I've not didn't play quite well, so it did take quite a bit longer, and I'm usually a lot more accurate. The rivet gun does quite well taking out those infected sacs, but like I said, if you have, and I've said it in a previous video, if you have another weapon that's more efficient at taking it out, then I would suggest using it if this is your own run. You don't need to do what I'm doing. Now try to stay in the middle of the Nexus's stomach, don't float away up to the top. You cannot move any further, and moving to the side is also restricted. You find if you stay in the middle you can move about more. I wouldn't kind of drift to the top. Like I said, this is more me not playing well and not being accurate. Take your time, and like I said, now you see why I did my oxygen up. If I didn't do my oxygen up, I would really be panicking. So I'm glad I did my oxygen up. Even your best laid plans can go out the window. So that's the Nexus taken care of. Now the next part is the ascent up the cliffs, and I've actually done 2 sections to this. I've left 2 out. One of the sections that I left out was the main one I've done a separate video for. The main reason why I did that was because I felt there was a part afterwards that I should keep in this video. If anybody needs to reference that, they can obviously go and see the video. But a lot of people get frustrated at these sections climbing the cliffs. So if you notice to the left hand side of me, there's cliffs that are slightly discoloured from the rest of them. If you walk onto those, they crumble apart and there is jagged cliffs underneath and you will die straight away. So you have to just be careful, try and stay to the right on this one. And like I said, I missed the main part out, the one with the cage at the top, but like I said as well, I've done a video for that and you can go and check that video out if you need to use it. So once you get to the top of the cliffs, this next sequence can show you what can happen very quickly if you're not having such a good time, and I wasn't playing very well, and things can get quite ugly very fast, especially in hardcore. So you need to try and compose yourself a bit more. Like I'm panicking just there and firing off stasis and firing off javelin bolts, but I try and calm myself back down. Not being very accurate, again, not accurate at all, but I'm trying not to let it get too far, because especially at this sequence you can die easily, especially with the Black Necromorphs. The Black Necromorphs in 3 are very fast, very ferocious, and they take a lot of life off of you when they hit you. So again, a major mistake I made there. I had a fully loaded line gun and I swapped it out for a nearly out of ammo javelin gun. Again, trying my best to keep focused. Aim for the limbs, take the legs off. It's the best thing to do now. I did get really panicky here. I thought I was actually dead and my run was going to be finished. Just rapid fire. If you need to take your kind of hand off and tap the button with your middle finger to get more speed, I would do that. This is just showing you how quickly things can go bad, especially if you're not playing very well, and I wasn't playing very well. But if you compose yourself, you can always pull yourself out of a tight spot. So this is the second descent section that I've put in. Now make sure you get the ammo support that's behind you and all the other resources that are there. Now stay to the right, start off at the right. I wouldn't start off at the left, because as you just saw there, a big piece of debris fell down. Now they won't kill you, they will just take a lot of life off you. The debris in this section won't kill you outright, but if you just stay to the right, I know you have to jump across to the left, but that's why I didn't start off at the left there. Jump over to the right and just stay to the right for as long as you can, taking the stalkers out as you go up. Whatever weapon you have, if you know you need to take the tentacles off them, you can do that. Other than that, I'm just using the javelin gun. Just take them out as quickly as possible. You don't want to have to be dealing with their darts and the fallen debris as well, because this is how close you can get. And like I said, the debris won't kill you, it just takes a lot of life off. Now here, I wouldn't head deeper into the tunnels, I would head back the way you came. Doing this funnels the necromorphs towards you. You don't have to worry about necromorphs coming from behind you or to the sides. You can just have them coming in front of you, because there are a hell of a lot of exploders. You don't want to get caught out by them. And again, you can use their infected sacks to kill other necromorphs, and especially the black necromorphs. Just all about damage control really. Now take your time going through these tunnels. You might be able to hear an exploder, but you don't know where that exploder is. If you run around the corner too fast, you might not be able to stop yourself when they sling that infected sack, and you will die from one of those exploders at this part, even if you have maybe done your rig up. And you don't want that to happen. So again, taking the time, using the limbs. Now the secondary electricity fire will not take an infected sack out from an exploder. It does in number 2, but for some reason it doesn't do it in 3. Now this was the part I put in instead of the main section of the ascent, and this is because this is another example of how you use necromorphs to kill other necromorphs. It's just a bit more of an advanced example than the other ones. This section's full of pukers and some fast moving necromorphs, so you don't want to get bogged down by the pukers, especially if they manage to catch you with their spit. You are then slowed down with a load of pukers and necromorphs trying to attack you. So I got hit there. I can try and keep them at bay, and there's the effect of the secondary fire's coating. And he ducked. But again, aim for the limbs, 2 legs, then a leg off. But again, do not rush this section. If you rush this section, you'll end up dealing with all of the pukers and the necromorphs all at the same time, and that's not a good position to be in. So just take your time. Again, use the old puke ball catch. So this is the final time that you face the crustacean necromorph. This time you're going to forget everything that you did in the first 2 times you faced this necromorph. You're just going to run straight for the generator. So stasis, I've used 2 bolts of stasis on it. Now I would have usually forced that necromorph back with the force gun, but I've decided to reload. So aim straight for the generator and switch the generator on so you can get the harpoons online. So once the harpoons are online, again, don't worry about the tentacles, just take out the normal necromorphs and try and lure the crustacean necromorph into the lasers. So you can use a bit more stasis than usually, but again, your main aim isn't to fight it, it's just to get it into the range of the harpoons so that you can, again, take it out. So, that's the last time you face the crustacean necromorph, and this is the end of the video. So, this is now Joey signing out, and this is another instalment of my Dead Space 3 hardcore guide. I hope you found it useful. Thank you for watching, and until the next time.